Who won the Mackenzie Blackwood trade? Did the Avs overpay? Did the Sharks sell low? Or is this one of those rare win-win deals? And that's exactly where we're starting on today's show, as the Colorado Avalanche have made yet another goalie trade. Last week, it was Scott Wedgwood for Justice Annunen, and now the overhaul is complete. They acquire 28-year-old Mackenzie Blackwood from the San Jose Sharks for a package that includes a total of 7 assets going back and forth. It's Blackwood, Giovanni Smith, and a fifth-round pick going in 2027 going to Colorado. The Sharks get Alexandar Georgiev, Nikolai Kovalenko, a fifth-round pick in 25, and a second-round pick in 2026. Georgiev's salary retained about 15% to even up the money here. But the big point here is that the Avs feel like they got their guy and they got an upgrade between the pipes. Do you like the price they paid, Colby?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all, because you're in win now mode if you're the Colorado Avalanche. And we actually read your question on our show today. So you can jump on later and see what Jeff and it sparked an entire goalie debate section of the show, which I thought was really interesting. But to me, I think this is a win for everyone. I think, sure, is it a little bit of an overpay for a guy who is not a proven playoff performer? Absolutely. But you look at teams like Colorado, they don't need an Igor Shesterkin to win hockey games, because they're just built to do it in a different way. So now you upgrade your goalie with Blackwood. You already upgraded your goaltender with Wedgwood. And so far, he's done a nice job of coming in there, like we talked about on this show and on my show. And we talked about just kind of steadying the ship a little bit. You kind of have now a 1A and 1B. I mean, Blackwood is not a bona fide, superstar goaltender, right? But if he plays 55% of the time and the other guy's playing 45% of the time, I think you have yourself a formidable tandem that now you look at the Colorado Avalanche and you think, okay, this team, in my opinion, is now back in the hunt to win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, listen, I like Mackenzie Blackwood. I think he can be a 1A, and I think Wedgwood can be a serviceable 1B. So their tandem is no doubt miles better than it was before. The reason I'm going to call this one a win-win is because, yes, Colorado gets their guy. And if you're GM Chris McFarland, hey, I'll give up a second-round pick all day if I no longer have to hear the noise about my goaltending and watch Alexandar Georgiev smash sticks over his post and listen to Nathan McKinnon post-game talk about how they need more saves. But where I'll give credit to Mike Grier in San Jose is they looked at a team who desperately needed a goalie, and they jacked up the price, and they got it. And the comparable I used is the Jake Allen deal from the deadline last year. The New Jersey Devils got Jake Allen at 50% retained for that half of the seasons from the deadline on, and one more year. They got that next year at 50% retained, and all they had to give up was a conditional third-round pick. So when you consider 1.5 years of Allen retained, and all they had to give up was a third-round pick and the term, for the Avs to have to pay a second and Nikolai Kovalenko, who I know is 25, a little bit of a journeyman, but he's got 4 goals on the season, and he's been playing all right. Blackwood doesn't come with the term, and Colorado had to eat money, and they had to give up more assets. I think San Jose did a really good job here because, hey, they have Askarov, they have Kakkonen, or not Kakkonen, they have Vitek Vanacek as well. They can survive this year. They're not trying to win. For them to get this haul for a pending UFA, I think is great.
And here's the other thing. What did they get Blackwood for? A 6th round pick? That's what it took to get Blackwood. I mean, he was basically what, like a cap dump, or sort of a we just don't have room for him dump out of New Jersey. So when you zoom out, it's really, really good asset management for Mike Grier in San Jose. And you're starting to kind of see the way that he's going to operate throughout this rebuild. And I'm with you. My vote is win-win. Make sure you check out our show when it comes out to see what Jeff Merrick thought and what Johnny Lazarus thought. We're like 4 minutes in. I've plugged our show like 17 times. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, good job. I'm going to sound like Jeff Merrick here with this history reference, but I saw David Pagnotta make this remark, and I found it really interesting. Back in 1995, the Colorado Avalanche needed a number 1 goalie. They went out and acquired Patrick Waugh from the Montreal Canadiens. The pieces who went the other way were Jocelyn Thibault, Martin Rashinsky, and Andrei Kovalenko. Flash forward to yesterday, and it's Nikolai Kovalenko going the other way. And granted, the Avs are not getting the second coming of Patrick Waugh, but they shore up their goaltending, and the price to pay was a Kovalenko once again. What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Saravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.